Hey guys, going to show you here what I got going on. I got the lift kits all made out. Let me show you them first. Ignore the buzzing noise from my fluorescent lights. They're buzzing. So those are kits. Of course, they got a little bit of surface rust on them. We got to get them all cleaned up from the water jet. But I got 20 of them made. That was my original setup. I'm going to show you how to install this. It's pretty damn simple. First of all, I want to show you the height. This is on stock right now. Top of the tread, that, as you can see, it's not no lift or anything on it. Shock set at the highest setting. The rear, put it there. There, you see, same thing, no lift or anything like that right now. So you can see the measurement exactly. And I'll show you afterwards. What you gotta do is just get a jack, put it in the middle of it, and I'll do pictures from here on out to show you exactly what to do. All right, guys, all you do is get your jack, and you slide underneath the middle of it, and you'll see this brace right there. That's where I slide mine at. I'll put it right there underneath the middle of it, jack it up. And what you want to do is go ahead and get your nuts off the back side of your shocks, on the bottom and the top. You just jack it up, and you'll see it kind of raising up. You keep on going until you see it basically almost stop. Okay. The shock set will loosen it. You can see it come right out now. Take that one out. Take your bottom one out. Shoots right out. Wiggle it. Pull your shock out. Do the same thing for the other side, and I'll show you the next step. I'm going to let you know the size on these: 13 millimeter, and the nuts are 15 millimeter, just so you have the right tools. Okay guys, once you get the front all off of there, you get your kit out here. I'm going to show you everything we got. You got your bolt kit, all grade 8, and you got your brackets for your rear and for your front. And I'll show you exactly how these go on. Remember, these are not painted yet. I just got them off the water jet, so I still got to paint them and get them prepped up. But I want to go ahead and show you exactly how to put them on there or when they're bare. This is going to be in the kit. Like I said, it's all grade 8. You got the bolts here that are shorter, and these here are going to be for your shock mounts, and these here are going to be for your brace mounts. You got your washers for each side, lock nuts, and then your rear bolts. The rear bolts are longer than your front ones, so it's pretty easy to tell. These all thread ones you got to use for the braces, so you can actually put a nut on the inside, then a nut on the outside of the other one. I'll explain how in the next part. All right, to put the front on, you need your front bolts, the ones for the shocks, and the 2 all threads for your brace. Grab some more washers. You're gonna need 6 more after the ones on there. You're gonna need 6 nuts. All right, guys, what you gotta do is you gotta get your brace. You gotta put it through here, and you hold it up here, line the hole up, okay? And then you'll get the bolt with the all thread, and it'll go through that one. Once you get it through there, you'll go to the other side, and you'll lift it up, and this brace goes on the inside of the bracket. So you see inside. And you'll line it up and put your bolt through it. All right, once you got it in there, you see, you'll have to basically loosen this, take this bolt back out some, and you'll put a nut on the inside to actually hold this brace up against the original frame. I'll show pictures in detail. As you see, you basically get that one started there. You do the same thing on the other side, and then you're going to tighten them up and let the bolt go through the exit area where you put another washer and a nut. This brace here basically holds it up against that side of the frame. The other nut here will hold it against this side of the frame for the other piece. It's pretty simple. I got fat fingers, and I can still get my fingers in there and start it. So that's how that works there. I'm going to go do the other side and tighten it up. Okay, as you can see, that you basically just put the nut and the washer on the inside of this one to hold that brace against there. Leave this all loose until you got all the shocks and everything on there. So I'll go ahead and put the washer and the nut on this side now and leave it loose. We'll mount the shocks up, and then we'll tighten everything up. Okay, We got the one side on, everything's still loose. You see the nut and washers on the inside of the frame. That one goes on the inside, this other piece goes on the outside of the frame, on this side here. So you'll put it over there now. I usually just put it on one side at a time, go to the other side, slip it through. Okay, as you can see, you have a nut and washer, everything's still loose, everything still moves around. So now you gotta put the shocks on, same way. It's not that bad to do, and I'll show you how. Before you install the shock, you do have to jack it up now because it is a lot higher now. So you jack it up and put your top in first and then your bottom of the shock in last. Okay, you see how the top is in now and the bottom is in too. So you can just basically just put your bottom in. You don't have much clearance left, so it's gonna fit tight, but it goes right in with no problem at all. Just hold your tongue just right, but put your top in first. Go straight down here between the A-arm, come up and put it on the top, and then push your bottom in. Once you have both tops started, you will get your original OEM bolts and nuts and put back to the bottom of the shock. Once you have your bottom bolts in, your top bolts in, everything's in, tighten the crap out of everything, and then lower it down, and you're good to go on the front. Okay, now that we have the lift on, I'll show you the height difference. As you can see, it's on there. Same tab. Look at that. That is sweet. Sweet Mama Jimmy. Remember, folks, when you go tighten everything up, make sure you tighten up this one, and the one on the inside, same thing on the other side, and your bottom shocks. Do not forget to do that. Okay, guys, the front's done. As you can see, look at that nice stance. We're going to do the rear now. So you basically put the jack right underneath the rear of it against that tube frame, right on the inside of it, and you jack it up right there. I tried to do right in the middle, just so it jacks up both sides even. And same thing, take your nuts off the back side of the shocks, jack it up until you see it has play. Oh, that's play yet? Nope. Might went a little too high, so you gotta lower it down just a little bit. It's about the trickiest part of this whole thing is just getting the level just right. But hey, after a while, especially trying to hold a cell phone and doing it, there it is right there. Pulls right out. Do the same thing on the other side, and then I'll show you what to do next. Once you got both of them out, then you can jack it up more. Get a good height on it so you can get everything in there pretty easy. So you leave yourself plenty of room to mess with everything, and I'll show you how to do the brackets. All right, the brackets in the rear. You need 2 for each side. 4 bolts for each side. That was my old bolts I used, but since I got new stuff, we're doing new stuff all the way. Especially grade 8, you know, better be safe than sorry. 4 nuts per side. 8 washers per side. What you'll do is your brackets here. Okay, you just put one on that side, one on that side. Then you kind of raise it up. Put a bolt through that side. You'll raise this one up, and you line the bolt back up, and I'll show you what to do on the next ones. So all you gotta do is just basically put it on like that. You have 2 pieces, both exactly the same. You just line them up, but the nipples gotta go for the shot. So then you'll basically lower it down, and you will put your bolt through there, and tighten everything up, and you are good to go. Same thing on the other side. Very simple. Make sure both shocks are started at the same time. Might have to have a little help on it. I can do it myself, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So it's pretty easy. What I like to do how to get them started, I usually leave the shocks to the back side. Then I hold one down, and then I lower my jack down, I let my bolt up, put it in there. Hopefully the other side's okay. Sometimes it's not, but you know what, if you gotta mess around with the jack a little bit to get it just right, take your time, make it easy. Now when you go tighten this down, the tabs will bend over just a little bit, just kind of pinch in between that. The grade 8 bolts kind of lock it in, and that's good to go. So don't go crazy tightening, but there are grade 8 bolts, so you can put some stuff on them. You know, I don't have no torque specs or anything like that. It's just, you know, tighten the crap out of it. Just don't go crazy with a 1/2 inch impact. You'll be okay. Do it by hand, and you'll be good to go. That's all there really is to the lift kit. So I'll, you know, get this posted, get these things cleaned up, packaged up, and ready to ship out. I've got 20 of them right now. Quite a few people already want them, so if there's a demand for them, I'll make a bunch more. Thanks, guys. All right, got the jack out. Nothing's under it, as you can see. Put it on there, about 8.5. We're at 6.5, so it's right about 2-inch lift. You know, the front hasn't changed. As you can see, bam. Looks good. I mean, you look back at it now. She sits up higher. She looks good. That's how it's supposed to look. Thanks, guys. Hey, guys, remember, after you do a lift kit on anything, you got to make sure your wheels are straight. If they're not, you got to adjust them. Not real hard. Loosen that up. You turn it until your wheel's straight with your back wheel. It's very, very simple to do. 2x4 across it. Make sure it's touching good and make sure it lines up. Loosen that up, adjust that side. Loosen that up, adjust that side. It's not difficult at all to do. Hey guys, that's basically it for the kit. It's not that bad to do. I can put one on in 30 minutes. I mean, it's simple. But remember, these frames and these things are not the strongest. But these 3/16 steel plates are strong. But just remember, when you tighten up those plates on the front, don't go crazy with it. Just put them on there, get them good and snug. Same thing on the back side, get it good and snug. You don't need to go crazy with it. It'll end up bending the frame. You don't want to do that. So just snug them up, make sure it's good, and you'll be fine. There are a lot of nuts on there. They're not going nowhere. That's it, guys. And any more information, email me at goldrushnathan@gmail.com, and I'll send me kits I have left. Thanks, guys.